Implementing new software can be one of the most challenging tasks that one will meet in their career, especially when the software affects everybody in their day-to-day working environments for the whole company. And it can be very, very stressful, and we understand that. Software is the kind of foundational element these days of communication and knowledge within a company, and these tools can hold the keys to our wins and losses, right? Our project management software holds critical data for each job. A good CRM will help our sales departments to grow the client base. And the list of types of software can go on and on. And in the construction industry itself, it can be even more complex because, as we know, construction is not the tip of the spear, so to speak, when it comes to adopting new technologies. We've not been good at it, and it's particularly because of the type of people that we are. We like to make sure that it works first before we're actually implementing things, right? Because if we don't do things right in the construction industry, it is very, very dangerous for things. You know, if we don't build the building right the first time, it's not a very good thing. If we don't build the bridge correctly the first time, it doesn't ever end up very well. So some of the softwares we're going to talk about that you may be implementing may have a broad scope. Others may have a narrow scope, right? They may be for one division. More of what I'm going to talk about today is the ones with broad strokes, right? They represent multiple divisions within a company. So the implementation of software must be detailed, and it has to be planned thoughtfully so that the users and the evolution as proponents of the change it will bring will then become champions of the product, right? And so that's going to require a bit of significant effort, probably often extra hours to meet the expectations of all involved. So we're going to get some recommendations and suggestions of how you can overcome those obstacles. So without any further ado, we're going to kind of break right into it here. Now, my name is Robert Zimmerman, and I am the Relationship Development Manager here at Austin Lane Technologies. Austin Lane, if you need a little bit of background, we've been providing software services for the last 25 years, and we are an industry leader in digital time and productivity tracking. We are integrated with over 20 major ERPs and payroll platforms. Austin Lane team has supported the integration and rollout to thousands of users across North America. Not only that, there's another division of Austin Lane, which is our MSP division. We're managed service provider with a dedicated team of technicians who service thousands of assets for multiple businesses nationwide, and of course to our local Texas area. Now, if that's not enough for you to understand, we understand implementation. So if we want to know more about AL Mobile software or our MSP, please feel free to reach out to me and contact me directly. I'll be happy to get you in the right direction, knowing more either about AL Mobile or ALIT. Happy to help. So today, we're just going to talk about challenges and the plans needed for your next software integration, regardless of brand or type. Right? We're not talking about AL Mobile today. We're talking about just software integrations in general. Right? I may mention AL Mobile a time or two just because that's my experience. But whatever you're trying to implement, these are great steps in order to kind of make that happen in a timely manner. Okay. Our 8 steps are very, very simple, very common sense. And some of this you may say, well, okay, yeah, I know all this. Yes, you may know all this, but you would be surprised at the number of people who don't kind of follow these 8 steps. They skip steps, or they don't put the right amount of work in. Today, we're going to go through them kind of one at a time here in the next 45 minutes, just trying to explain and give you a little bit of highlight about where you're going to see some obstacles and those types of things. So the first thing you need to have on a good, successful software implementation is a why. Just like any business, why are you doing business? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting in this software, right? And so that's the first step in that. The next step is we're going to talk about the challenges, the obstacles, the impediments, the things that you are probably most likely going to see in a software implementation. The next thing we're going to talk about is the needs, right? Now, the needs is where you're going to be evaluating your software. We're going to talk in depth about that for construction companies because that's who we deal with. That's what this is about. This is about construction technology and the implementation of construction technology or construction software. The fourth part of this will be called the plan. And again, until you've figured out whatever your why is, and I apologize, my phone keeps going off over here. I should have shut it off. Before you start talking about a plan of how you're going to roll something out, you really need to know, one, what it is, two, why you're doing it, and three, what you're going to run into when you put that out. So the plan comes forth. Integrated with that is going to be the team, the people around you, the people that you're going to put in to help with the plan and make sure that the needs and the challenges are all met, right? And then we're going to get into those last three, which are really the kind of the action steps, the place where you're trying to get to, which is one, the migration. That's the data migration. If you're moving from one software platform to another, you're going to have data that you want to transfer over. And then the second half of that is the rollout, meaning go live, right? That means when everybody or the incremental portions start using the software, that's the rollout. And the last part we're going to talk about is what I like to call the measure. Some people call it the metrics. All right. A lot of folks skip this part, but I'm going to tell you right now, the measure, this last part, is very, very important for your next rollout. And it's going to teach you a lot about how that software is working. It's going to teach you a lot about how we can improve. Okay. So don't skip this last step.